This is what is happening in central Ukraine, 150 kilometers from Kiev. All that remains of this suburban district are ruins and rubble. Since the start of the war, this city of 250,000 inhabitants is crushed by bombs and everyone is living in terror.
The bomb that fell that way. Here's the shell. The crater is 3 or 4 meters deep. It was filled with stones.
Jythomir is home to a garrison of 7,000 soldiers. Since the start of the war, the city is a target. Andrei, 27, still can't believe it. He was asleep in bed when the first attack occurred. He thought he was dying.
It was 10:30. We woke up for a second because of the explosion. Part of the drywall fell on me. Luckily, I was under a blanket, so I wasn't hurt by shrapnel or anything else. I was very lucky.
In the explosion, 3 women died, and another is hanging between life and death. Andréa and his family were more fortunate. That evening he was with his father, his mother, his sister, and his aunt.
That's my dad.
All are unharmed, only their dog was injured.
He lost his paw. He had surgery.
The explosion, on the other hand, destroyed their entire house. Within seconds, everything went up in flames.
Here, it was the kitchen. That's where we ate. That's where we had breakfast, and there was a sink. It was in this room that it hit the loudest. Thank goodness we're alive and well.
That evening, residents of Jythomir filmed the scene. In these images, you can see a Russian army plane dropping bombs. A few minutes later, in the middle of the huge brazier, firefighters are trying to put out the flames out and get the injured. A titanic fight, the first in a long series.
Go on, get the spear. Turn that off. Turn that off.
There is a child there.
In total, more than 40 air raids in 15 days. The Russians are working hard to bomb Jythomir. Each time, apocalyptic scenes. If they haven't already collapsed, the buildings burn. The sirens are blaring.
There is a man here,
Where is that?
in the building over there.
Jythomir is doubly strategic. In addition to sheltering the army, it also allows access to the west of the country. Officially, the Russians are targeting the military. In this large city that is 60 kilometers long, the first victims are often civilians. There are already 9 deaths throughout the city. Some of the inhabitants have fled. Others, like Andrei and his family, stayed. The women in the family fled to Poland. Before the war, Andrei was a stone cutter. Today, even if he is at risk of death every day, he doesn't want to give up. With neighbors, he decided to rebuild his house. Despite the hell he's going through, he hasn't lost his sense of humor.
You can say thank you to Putin. Thanks to him, we have plenty of wood. We are in the process of collecting the debris and sorting it for recycling. You put aside what can burn and the rest you throw away. We keep what can be used to rebuild.
Andrei couldn't leave the country because all Ukrainian men of fighting age can be mobilized at any time. In the meantime, these works are all he has left to hold on to life.
We take care so as not to be crushed by the darkness. We're working. That way, you don't spend time rehashing. Anyway, we don't have to do anything else. You can't get involved because there are too many people. The recruiting officer told us that he would call us back.
Today, all Ukrainians want to fight to defend their country. In their misfortune, they stick together. Antoine, a neighbor of André's, came to help him. He and his mother, Irina, still have their house. Since the start of the bombings, they have housed André. Very often, they also welcome other neighbors because they have a valuable asset in time of war.
I'm going to show you where we go in case of an alert. We run this way. There. We have a cellar.
A small bunker located in their garage.
One evening, there were 14 people here. 14. The distant family, the neighbors, everyone that could be accommodated.
10 square meters, 3 meters underground, a sanctuary that saved their lives. These images were filmed on the evening of the first attack. You can see Antoine and his family terrified, but safe and sound. Above their heads, the bombings are incessant.
We sleep like that, piled under the garage. What did we do to deserve this?
Already 15 nights spent underground. In this war, as in many others, the first victims are not the soldiers, but civilians, and often even the youngest. This high school in the city center of Jythomir was hit by a shell. Thankfully, no students were injured, but the building is on the ground, shattered.
You see, it's Russian aviation fire. They say they are only targeting military targets. This is a high school. The students studied here.
The president of the regional council, Volodymyr Feshchenko, in shock, shows the extent of the tragedy.
You realize the only military object that there was, it's these class tables.
Residents of the neighborhood came to help him to save what can be saved.
How is it going? Is work progressing?
It's okay. We've cleared 2 classes.
Are you a parent of a student?
No, I'm just a neighbor.
Thanks. Thanks. We're going to be fine.
Despite the disaster, Volodymyr does not want to give up.
It's a war of the Russians against the Ukrainian people, for its destruction, for killing our humanity. It is a genocide against our people. We believe in Ukraine. We're going to win this fight. They're not going to destroy us. Glory to Ukraine.
Even when buildings are not targeted, they are destroyed by the blast of explosions. Like the city's maternity hospital, its walls and windows were shattered. As a result, 3/4 of the rooms are unusable, like here in the neonatal department. Fortunately, in this maternity hospital, there were no deaths, as in Mariupol, in southeastern Ukraine, where 3 people, including a child, died. Here, the patients were able to be evacuated urgently to other hospitals in the region. Olena, the head physician, can't believe it.
You see, there is nothing left. When it happened, I was here in the computer room. We had 45 women and 17 babies, including 2 who were in intensive care. There was even a tiny baby that weighed only 600 grams.
Normally, this maternity hospital welcomes nearly 200 births per year. These photos attest to the joys of life before. Because of the bombings, everything has to be reinstalled in a hurry in the basements of the building, 5 meters below the ground.
Girls, mattresses should be covered with tight canvases.
Time is running out. Olena wants to welcome as soon as possible new pregnant women. Since 7 this morning, she and her team have been moving the entire department in the basement of the maternity hospital. It will be used as a bunker in case of bombings.
We do have all 5 incubators. Please remember to plug them in. Okay, thanks a lot.
Neighborhood residents came to lend a hand.
How many oxygen points did you set? 2, as requested.
Yes, as you asked.
Really, without your help, we couldn't do all of this.
In the city, some women are about to give birth. You have to do it quickly.
Here we organized special rooms. Where will we put moms who have just given birth? Rooms like that were prepared for them, so that every Ukrainian woman who is forced to give birth in a basement may still feel the happiness of motherhood. We continue to work, and we're going to pick up all of our pregnant women in the region. We're going to give birth, and we're going to save our children.
Elena hopes to be ready in a few days to welcome back future mothers from Jythomir. It is urgent because in the city, no one is safe anymore. Day after day, Russian planes are bombing and more buildings. Early in the morning, the survivors wake up in smoke and dust. Last night, it's a building that was ripped apart by a missile strike.
Look at this side. Look over there. We're looking for body remains. Impossible to find whole bodies. They are charred. It's awful. It's all burnt.
This building housed military families. 2 people were killed. One of their loved ones is waiting. He hopes to find some belongings belonging to the deceased.
Look, I just found this bag.
He found this bag with documents. Maybe that will help you.
Can we ask you a question?
I have nothing to say to you. They're dead. There's nothing more to say.
Thankfully, firefighters won't find any more bodies in this rubble, even when they haven't lost loved ones. For all the inhabitants, this macabre sight is a nightmare.
The Russians have come to exterminate us, to impose their rules in a barbaric way. I feel like I'm reliving a Soviet-era movie. The bombing never ends. It's horrible. What do they want? To terrorize us? What is the aim? I don't understand. They say that we are a useless nation.
In Jythomir, the first to choose to remain in office to fight, it's Sergei, the mayor of the city. Like many other officials in Ukraine, in the event of an attack, he knows that he will be the first to be targeted by the Russians. He armed himself and barricaded.
That's to protect us when there's an explosion. We store sandbags so that the chips and the debris don't hurt us.
If Sergei wants to stay at his post, it is to help his city and also to witness this unjust war. He is accumulating evidence that may be useful to him to bring his enemies to justice one day.
Look, it's the remains of the rocket. They hit the school 300 meters from here. Today, the Russians are intimidating us to make us panic, to cause chaos and prevent people from coming together to resist. They're seriously mistaken, because what's happening is just the opposite.
Despite the war, whatever the cost, the Ukrainians decided to resist. At the maternity hospital, in the basements, Olena, the head physician, has just finished setting up its makeshift delivery rooms.
Is she lying on the bed? Is she well?
Yes, I went to see her. Its neck is open to 2 centimeters.
Since this morning, pregnant women have arrived in large numbers. Olena tries to reassure these young moms however she can.
It's going to be fine. Don't worry. You will have to wait a while before giving birth. The time for the baby to develop well.
Yes, I am told that my baby is at risk of being born premature. Here, there is such a calm atmosphere. You get the impression that nothing is happening outside. We are so thankful for everything that you do.
Don't worry about it. We're going to settle this account with the enemy so that Ukrainian children could be born normally.
Really, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Now, we work without stopping. We receive patients. Deliveries are carried out. Today, we are able to provide them with the necessary care.
Olin has hardly closed her eyes for several days. The lines are drawn, but she succeeded. In the midst of all this chaos, sometimes moments of wonder occur. Last night, this little girl came into the world.
Are you all right? Not too tired?
Yes, that's okay.
Can you feed her?
Yes, I am trying.
Yaroslava, the very young mother, is accompanied by her mother, because her husband, a soldier, has been mobilized for 6 months in Donbass on the Eastern Front.
For now, thank God, he's not dead. The airspace really has to be closed in any way possible. Something must be done to stop these Russian planes. We need to remain optimistic. Do you agree?
Darling, your dad is coming to see you soon.
Nobody knows if her father will ever know her. It's Yaroslava's most expensive vow. She prays every evening for the war to end and for her husband to come back alive from war.